subscribe, and share.
Hello everybody, my name is Craig Bennett and I'm the founder and owner of TechViewsNelp, and today I'm going to answer a really quick question with a somewhat detailed answer. And this question is basically, when you delete things, do they really stay deleted, or is there a way to recover them? And the answer is yes, you can recover them to some aspect, especially if you try immediately. But there is government programs and stuff out there that the public can use. Government programs from the CIA, NSA, and other areas that actually make sure what you are deleting stays deleted. And in fact, you can actually get these things from Avast and a couple other places, so it's pretty cool stuff. So as far as that goes, let's jump into a quick personal advertisement and then go into the actual thing.
Thanks for sticking around during the ads. Please feel free to click on the icons shown to be taken to areas where you can help us. All links will be below for mobile and other users.
Welcome back. So real quick, how does this stuff work? Whenever you're deleting things, you're not actually deleting it completely off your computer. There's something called a master table, and basically what happens is the master table is full of ones and zeros as your computer's writing itself. A portion of that is going to have your pictures and stuff on the thing. And what's going to end up happening is when you delete it, what happens is that portion that is used for that picture is marked as don't use anymore. And it basically allows it to override it to write something in that place if need be, but it won't until the hard drive fills up, and then it will start writing over these other areas. So one thing to keep in mind is, while your hard drive might say it says you got 300 gigabytes left, it might have already written that 300 gigabytes a few times without you even knowing. And that's where having a solid state drive actually fails, because it has so many writes, and a lot of people don't realize that. But if you are actively using it, you got a very short span for that thing to work. In fact, that's where you get corruptions on the SD cards for the phones. So that's a huge thing to keep in mind, is yes, you can bring back things that you supposedly deleted. Now, if portions of it is missing, that's still fine. There's software out there that will guess what that portion will be like, and in some cases you might not even need that small portions here and there, because it'll just make it a lower quality picture, lower quality audio, whatever it needs to do. And that's a pretty important thing. But with that in mind, you if a good portion is missing, then it'll just say it's corrupt. And in fact, that's what corruption, that's one of the terminologies is. So with that in mind, how do you make sure things are gone? So for example, you got financial documents and they're selling your computer or selling your hard drive, and you want to make sure you're not going to get messed over by whomever you're selling it to. So it's pretty simple. There is several free programs I'll advise. Avast is one of them. I think they have this on the free side, but there's several others that use CIA tactics, NSA and CIA tactics, regulation tactics for deleting things. And basically what happens is, let's pull this up. It will actually shred or it'll delete files. But what ends up happening is, let's go in settings real quick, tools and shredder, and it will use a one or the other. The DoD is the CIA tactic, and what will basically end up happening is the thing will delete it once. Say for example you got a series of ones and zeros, it will delete that. Then it will calculate a random assortment of ones and zeros to put it in place of that portion of the table, and then it will delete that. And how many times they said it is how many times that it will do it. Auto-advise at minimum 7 by CIA and NSA policy is 7. 7's a really good number. Some people go for 10. So and it's not really that long. So obviously the bigger the file, the longer it would take, but it's not really that bad. So let's do a quick example. So I want to delete a given file. Let's go into the documents, and then let's go down to the in fact, I can actually delete these because I've already done these. Let's just say that. So I select that, press OK, it has it all there. I make sure that these are the things I want to delete. In other words, it's if it's something I really want, it's gone. It's not coming back. So make sure whatever you put in here, you want gone, or at least you can recover by some other method. If you want to be super careful, but make sure it's gone. So once you make sure it's gone, or you want to make sure it's gone, and you have the settings like you want, just press shred, and it will even ask you again, because it will ask you there, or it will remind you that it will go away permanently. You will not be able to get it back. It will tell you here it will go away permanently. You will not get it back. And there are several other parts that will tell you that, because it's that serious. It will really get rid of it. And then you press OK, and I was like, okay. And as you see here, it's that quick. So written over each one of those files 7 times with some random algorithm, and basically it's made sure it's gone. I can tell it to do, let's jack it up to 100 times. Or, yeah, 100 times. Or, let's see, how high would this go? I'll be right back. Yeah, apparently 100 size it'll go. So let's do 100 across the board. Oops. And so let's select something else, and you will be able to see that. Let's select a document this time, which I wanted to do, and you will be able to see. Try to get a few of these so we can extend the time a little bit. And tell it to shred it. And as you see here, it takes a little bit longer because we just told it to do it 100 times. And this is the maximum. Make sure something's gone. You're never going to get it back. No one else is going to get it. So if you got medical documents, financial documents, other things in this nature, it will end up just basically get rid of it permanently. Now I can tell it to stop right here, and anything it didn't touch, it should be fine. But anything it did touch, it might be so far gone that you ain't getting it back. So that's a big thing. So while that's run its course, let me talk about some other things that the government does have. I don't know how to make this one, so yeah, but I do know they have this, and I played with it myself. The NSA a while back, I think it was the NSA. The NSA a while back, they made a batch file to put on a computer. Basically, the batch file stays on a unmarked CD, and if you put the CD into a Windows computer, then what would end up happening is the computer will automatically read it. The CD is marked to auto run. The batch file is marked to run without asking questions, so it doesn't need your interface. And some of them, they do have something say, do you really want to do this, yes or no? but most of the time they won't even ask you. And what will end up happening is the entire master table, it will delete itself 7 times or so. And the reason for this, it'll take a while, but the reason for this is simply if you're in like an embassy or something like that and you're getting raided right there, or if you're in a covert operation and you need to bug out right now, and someone is coming in the door with an M16 and you gotta leave now, and you gotta leave your equipment behind now, then you put the thing in, let it run, get a CD out, run, jump out the window, whatever you have to do. And that actually does happen in real world. But more than less, this particular type of CD is used more than less whenever they are repurposing a computer. So that's a huge area where you'll find it in the IT. But it's definitely in things like embassies, covert operations, stuff like that. And all it is a 5 megabyte size file as a batch file. And again, what happens is that file tells the computer to erase the master table, rewrite it 7 times using the algorithm. And what happens is if you try to stop it by shutting it down, it figures that it has some backups for that. So if you try to actually shut down the computer, stop it, unplug it, whatever it may happen, you plug it back in, it will actually start doing the thing again. It will tell the operating system keep going with the deletion. And that's a pretty important thing. And then if you take the hard drive, say for example you unplug it, before it gets done, you take the hard drive out, you plug it into something other for forensics, it'll start deleting things in that computer too. So is make sure that that stuff is gone, and that way if the enemy combatant gets a hold of the hard drives, they are done. Those are done. So what happens if they don't try to put it in another computer? And sometimes even if they do, because this does happen, what will end up happening is the program at that point, it will actually erase the BIOS. So the BIOS is what's needed to make the computer know it's a computer. So once the BIOS is gone, you got to replace the motherboard, which means you got to replace the entire. It will actually erase the BIOS and makes your equipment useless. Again, that's meant for enemy combatant come in, trying to stop the process, trying to capture the information as quickly as possible, as much as possible, and it'll just erase the entire motherboard and tell it to fry itself. I don't know this for a fact, but I think one of the things it would do is tell the power supply, if it does have that ability, tell the BIOS to allow the power supply to create a surge to, fry all the components. But that's something that is there. It's 5 megabytes in size. I don't know how to make it myself. What it's used for in practicality and day-to-day aspects with the government is whenever they're repurposing a computer, what you'll have in Department of Defense and several other areas is high classified information. So you don't want to give Joe Blow, who does have security clearance, a computer from someone else that has another security clearance, their information, because it might be top secret. While they both have security clearances, and possibly even on the same level, and even possibly even on the same team, they are given information that's needed. So therefore, you want to make sure it stays like that for, state secrecy and security. So that's a huge thing. And with that, if you are in a playing with that type of technology, even though it's like, again, 5 megabyte size file, you will need to have some major security clearances, because unless they're not going to leave you in the room alone with the computers, not that you're going to just go into them, I wonder what happens when this happens. No, because they're erasing it for a reason. So in order to get left alone with the computers, you would have to have some type of major security clearance, and that way they can trust that you're not going to take the information and run with it. So that's pretty important in itself. So yeah, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Again, I was gonna delete these files anyways, but as you see here, it's taking a long time, and we got several of them already gone, and they're gone. Let's go into the file. I already pulled it up over here. That's in fact, it's, as you see here, it's gone. It says I can't even see it anymore. Let's refresh this. So it's gone. And I could try to, let's say that I stop it right now and try to use that. Probably by now it's already done like 7 or 8 writes, so it'll be so far corrupted that it's not even funny. So as far as that goes, this has been Craig Bennett, founder of TechViews Nope, and hopefully this has answered some questions. And by the way, I might make another video on this. I think I've done one on the past on this particular program, but this is the program you would use to recover deleted files. It's a very easy, there's a free portion on it, very easy thing to use. I might end up making another video on it since I got better audio now, but it's straightforward. All you gotta do is have it scan a given drive, either SD card or hard drive, and it'll show you what's there, and you just tell it what to restore. It'll try to restore it as best as it can. You might get a lower quality image, video, whatever it may be. This is very useful on phones and stuff when I say, oh, I accidentally deleted everything, or the phone deleted everything by itself and you want to get it back. So like family photos and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you do that as fast as possible, and this would be it. Now, with that in mind, there's a possibility that it could be gone for good. So that's also something in mind. Don't blame the stuff. Don't blame me. Just keep that back in your mind that you might not get it back at all. Again, it's free. It's easy. If you're going to be using it for the actual SD cards and stuff, use the portable version. It's on the site. But I'll leave a link below, and that way you can check it out. But again, my name is Craig Bennett, and I'm the founder and owner of TechViews Nope, and this has been how to make sure that your files are deleted for good, and what happens when you actually delete your files. But if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, share, and go ahead and tell me how I can make things better, what you want future videos to be on, and any questions and comments down below. If you don't like this, go ahead and leave a dislike and tell me why so I can fix it in future videos. But again, this has been Craig Bennett, founder and owner of TechViews Nope, and hope you have a great day.